This might be a pretty random video, but it is what it is. Um, Today I was feeling like, at least when I came in, my muscles were feeling pretty fatigued. I spent about 20-30 minutes just playing around with some shoulder warm-ups. Then walked backwards for 10 minutes or so. Then did some more shoulder warm-uppy stuff. Not necessarily shoulder warm-up, like more like lats, just in general, just kind of loosening up the body, trying to get some endorphins flowing. Um, but despite doing all of that, it wasn't like I don't know, it was more so that I was like, what do I do today? Like, I had no mood to do the sled. I had no mood to do any sort of kettlebell complexes. Like, did some snatches and stuff, and it just didn't feel right. Um, and so instead of dilly-dallying, I got on the Stairmaster for 35 minutes. Started watching episode 1 of season 2 of Castlevania Nocturne. Um, it starts off pretty intense, but that's how Castlevania is, which is why I like Castlevania. And if you guys don't know what Castlevania Nocturne or Castlevania is, it's an anime adaptation of a video game. I never played the video game, I've only seen the anime. Um, but did that for 35 minutes. I was starting to get really sweaty, and also while I was doing the Stairmaster, I was contemplating if I should go on a rant of some sort and just record myself while on the Stairmaster. Maybe a topic related to fitness or whatever came to mind while I was doing the Stairmaster, but chose not to because that would not allow me to watch the show like I wanted to. In any case, after 35 minutes of that, I thought, why not do some abs and stuff like that. I'm not even in really of a mood to do any ATG split squats or um, table good morning, so essentially mobility exercises, which is usually what I turn to when I'm feeling kind of like out of it. But I'm not even feeling that out of it. I'm just like, every exercise sounds kind of boring today, and I needed something that I didn't haven't really been doing too much of. And so some of the things that came to mind was all my mat or anything while laying down on a mat or exercises on a mat or on the floor. In any case, so now I'm doing some floor ab exercises and also just some stuff that I saw online from like jiu-jitsu people and what they do when they're not rolling around. Um, so one of the things that I'm doing is so if you're a jiu-jitsu person, one of the things we do in jiu-jitsu class is a backward roll, usually during warm-up. So it looks like this. And so um, there's an exercise that I saw on Instagram that is like meant to just kind of train a portion of that movement. And so that looks like this. So doing that for a bit, just kind of doing 5 reps each side, taking a short break, and then doing that. Um, I already did like 2 sets of it prior, and so this is the third set. I'll do one more set on camera, and then just move into the next thing, so that I don't have to get up, re-record. This will probably just be like a one take steady video. Um, I'm just going to experiment with stuff. So yeah, doing that. The next exercise is also going to kind of uh, play on that, not necessarily play, kind of work off that concept of doing that movement, the backwards roll. So I think the previous exercise I was kind of alternating sides, but now I'm going to get back in that position and like switch sides and roll forward, then go back that way, and then it'll make sense when I do it. So so essentially in jiu-jitsu a lot of times during scrambles and stuff, and even to get out of like certain submissions, you're forced to roll, which puts like the neck and other muscles in that area in kind of that compressed bent position. And this is a safe way outside of rolling. So while rolling or in class, like it's a higher pressure situation, if that makes sense. So like there's another body involved, and so if things don't go exactly right, especially if you're never introduced to this range of movement or this kind of movement, your neck or muscles involved are probably not conditioned enough. Because even when like I'm kind of bent, like there is a certain amount of load on my spine and uh, also the neck, and so yeah, essentially it's kind of a workout for muscles around the spine and the neck, along with it being an ab exercise. Anyway, let's keep going with this. And I'm kind of imperfect with the movement, like how I walk behind or like move my feet behind my head is supposed to be a little bit smoother. I think the key is in kind of like contracting the right muscles in my back as the weight shifts around, but I haven't fully gotten the hang of it yet. Um, so yeah, there's that. I'll probably do one more set on camera and think if I want to rant on anything else. Um, no, nothing really comes to mind. Uh, yeah, let me just do another set. Um, yeah, no real rep range, just kind of going till I feel not exhausted, but like the I don't know, like my neck feels just worked enough. It's like a combination core and neck exercise, I would say. Spine too, so just muscles around the spine. Um, yeah, Renato Moicano, aka Money Moicano, replaced Arman Sarukian in UFC 311. How about that? Uh, I think I don't know. I want Moicano to win, not because I dislike Islam Makhachev or anything. I just like uh, interesting storylines, and I think from a selfish storyline perspective, Moicano winning makes for a really entertaining thing. Although I think that's kind of unlikely. I don't know. You can hope. Then, anyway, so along with this exercise that I was just doing, um, you can kind of work on just that back uneasy portion of it. Or so like the whole now next time the whole time, I'm just going to keep my leg behind me and not roll forward. That probably looks super weird on camera. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's a way of kind of instead of just constantly rolling back and forth, to kind of have your body stay in that contorted position for an extended period of time, and kind of move around side to side to like uh, train it equally on both sides. Yeah. Uh, Besides, I'll just record a one take and then I'll probably play around with some more stuff off camera before I head back home. Um, so just a couple of other ab exercises that I like doing that are on the mat. So usually when I'm on the mat, I like to focus on the lower abs portion of things and hip flexors. So one movement that I really like for the lower ab and hip flexors is leg extended flutter kicks. And I usually go for 20 to failure. Uh, so, um, when I do flutter kicks, at least mentally, I'm able to connect with, I would say, the bottom two packs and my hip flexors. And then also the whole time I'm doing a flutter kick, like I feel, so if you notice, the abs are kind of, so the six pack is kind of located in like this arch kind of structure. And the outer side of the arches, I don't know, it's like a wall sometimes, or just looks like one. And like that's where I feel it. along with the lower abs. So I think it helps build like a nice outline. This is from an aesthetic perspective. A nice outline around the lower abs, kind of leading into the Apollo's belt or whatever. So it's like those V lines on the side. I think doing a lot of flutter kicks helps with that. Um, then another exercise that I like to do while on a mat for abs. So just keeping my legs out and then pulsing. This exclusively kind of focuses, for me at least, on the hip flexor and then like the abs right here. Maybe I should just record this as a long ab workout instead of. No, you're fine. You can. Maybe I can just record this as a long ab workout. I mean, I am recording it as a long ab workout, I guess. Whatever. Like I said, this would be a pretty random video. Um, so another thing that can be done with the flutter kicks is to play around with the pattern in which your legs are moving. So you could do like cross. So I think they call it butterfly kicks, maybe, but I could be wrong. Um, but while that is also something that's quite popular of an ab exercise while on the mat, if you start playing around with that concept of moving your legs around in a different pattern, you can do all sorts of patterns. So you could do clockwise, anti-clockwise. Uh, one goes clockwise, one goes anti-clockwise. Repeat on the other side. You could also play around with how wide or far away. You can go, you can go. You can also play around with how far your legs are. So you can keep your legs wide apart and then do the flutter kicks, which focuses a little bit more on the obliques and that abdominal wall that I was talking about. Anyway, again, no rep range. You don't like rep ranges are, should be taken with a grain of salt, if that makes sense. Uh, it's rep ranges are a good way to, uh, if someone says, "Oh, do 10 reps of this," it's more so that the kind of exhaustion you feel, like it's a good indicator of how heavy you should go, kind of. But if you like get weak at around 8 and don't make it to 10, it doesn't mean you're an absolute failure or whatever. Sometimes your abs just get exhausted and then you try out something else. I mean, there is a time where you should challenge yourself and try to meet certain rep goals, but it's not like the be all end all of things. Like, for example, most of the times when I do a complex, I do like 10 reps on each side or 5 reps, something like that. It really depends. But then a couple of days ago, when I wanted to challenge myself, I did a kettlebell endurance workout where I kept a 100 rep goal and then I hit the goal. So, um, uh, lost my train of thought. Yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, reps. Just more so you just want to go with a set movement till you feel like really exhausted. And then after that, take rest or just take a break till you feel like you can go back into it and then another exercise or whatever. Or at least that's the way I do things when it comes to abs. Um, what else? So yeah, another thing that I like to do is outward knee raise, then straight knee raise, then the other leg does a straight and out, then back in, other one does in and out and back in, and again kind of go through the sequence till things feel pretty exhausted. Another thing that I like to do is like double out, double in, double in, double out. So you can also just play around in this bent knee position. So where you open, close, just kind of keep the like tension by just instead of fully extending the legs, kind of just pulsing in this rep range. I find that it helps pump the lower abs quite a bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's probably been only like about 10, 15, maybe 10 minutes since I started recording, but I've been doing abs for 30 minutes. I warmed up for 40-ish minutes and then 35 minutes on the treadmill. Or not on the treadmill, on the Stairmaster. So all in all, I have been working out for quite some time, although not as intense as most of my workouts, but uh, it's probably in my best interest to kind of have a slow day, kind of let my mind reset and body reset, and then have a super hard workout tomorrow. Tomorrow I want to work out outdoors. Like today, like when I got to the gym, I really missed having my steel maces. Like today was a day I would have really enjoyed kind of just swinging the mace around in different patterns or whatever. But I'll probably do that tomorrow. The weather tomorrow, oh, it's gonna snow pretty hard tomorrow. And the temperatures aren't too bad, but it says it's going to snow pretty heavy, so it might be either I'll work out while the snow is falling or something like that. Might be some good visuals. Let's just do one more ab exercise. I've ranted on for too long. Um, I don't know what else can I come up with. Uh, huh. Okay, let's. So you can also play around with how you do it, like a single, double, single, double, and that could be applied for like straight leg raises. So single, double, single, double, and then alternate between those positions. And just burn out with some sit-ups. So yeah, that's it for today's workout. I don't really even feel like going to the sauna, to be honest. Just kind of want to go home and watch Netflix or watch YouTube. I find myself like I used to watch TV shows at least a little bit more in the past, but these days I just watch YouTube. Like YouTube is my TV. I watch uh, crypto stream. So one crypto stream, Ivan on Tech. That's usually my first thing every morning. Uh, because Ivan on Tech, I think he's based in Sweden, but I think he moved out of Sweden. In any case, his uh, videos usually come out at like 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I find myself either watching that first thing in the morning, which is usually around 8 a.m. is when I tune in. Then after that, that's the only crypto content I consume. Um, then I watch Asmongold's TV. There's something about the way he talks and reacts to things that's funny and interesting, and he usually covers uh, topics that I'm interested in. Recently, I've been watching Sam Hyde. I also tune into Joe Rogan Experience pretty much every episode. Actually, in like 2023, or was it 2022? One of those years, one of the past 4 or 5 years, where Joe Rogan Experience was exclusive to Spotify. I was actually in the top 1% of listeners. So I pretty much listen to anything and everything that comes out, like if it's a comedian or I don't know. Like I like having background noise in my apartment or just when I'm doing stuff, and so I'm just like it's kind of like it's kind of like hanging out with friends, but you're the silent one, so they're just having a conversation and they're just kind of there, kind of listening, not really contributing. Um, that's the kind of feeling I have when I watch podcasts, and I like having that feeling, I guess. I like watching Lex Friedman quite a bit, although like some of his stuff is extremely like technical, and you have to be paying attention to absorb what's going on a lot of the time, and it's not necessarily always possible to listen to it as like just background noise. I used to listen to Mark Bell's Power Project a lot more, but I don't know, at least recently I haven't found them to cover anything that was too particularly new or anything that I'm like super interested in. Um, yeah, I don't really. Most of my fitness stuff comes from Instagram, my fitness inspiration. I will Colin Daring, whose Instagram handle is Daring101. Shaida Ishragi, her Instagram handle is Dark Kettlebell Queen. Edward Troyes, I think that's his Instagram handle too. Then Eroding Weakness is another one. His Instagram handle is, or no, his Instagram handle is Eroding Weakness, but real name is Christopher Chamberlain. Um, Steph Rose, Phase 6. Um, J Rose, Phase 6. Uh, who else? Um, Range of Strength, Range Training Man, Elasta Boy. I'm just going to just name a few people. Elasta Boy. Who else? Elasta Boy. Man. I was on Knees Over Toes guy. But the thing with Knees Over Toes guy, like, is like once you fully absorb his information, like he's not saying anything too new. Like I think he really kind of wants to jam the idea of how to heal your knees and joints and a lot of it is just repetition of a set few exercises. And so a lot of his content is just like driving home that same point instead of like getting new ideas. So after a while it just gets repetitive, but yeah. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, yeah, maybe in future videos I'll talk more about things I watch or whatever. In any case, this has gone on for far too long. Like I said, random episode. Maybe it's fun to hear me rant. If that's the case, let me know. Maybe like one of the things I was considering on the whatchamacallit, on the treadmill, or no, not on the treadmill, on the stairmaster, was maybe. So I used to do the stairmaster quite a bit, but then like just me doing the stairmaster for a long time doesn't make for good content. And I was thinking maybe like cardio and rant could be like a new series where I just rant about stuff while doing cardio. In any case, that's all for today's video. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be an outdoor steel mace workout. See you all tomorrow.